Sorry, folks. The internet blew up on me. Maybe I can get people back in here. I'm really sorry. Really sorry about that. The computer was too far away from the modem, or anyway, sorry about that. Let's change some tires over from 32C to those are 28C. 28C to 35C 700C on this Continental. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Wow, I hope I get some people back. I can't even spell continental. I'm so bummed. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. Anyway, let's get going. We took off this gator skin tire, and it is I think this is a 28C, and we took it off. Oh, it's a 32. Yeah. Anyway, it was a 32 Continental on a Continental. Anyway, yeah, that's cool. And we have this better tube, which is the taller one. It has the taller. Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah, boy, that technical glitch really got me, folks. Anyway, we got the right tube for this rim. It has the longer. I think this is the 48 millimeter. It has the longer one. We'll pump it up a little, put some air in it to get the shape, and then we're going to put it on this rim. Boy, I really apologize about the live feed cutting out like that. That was a bummer. Okay, we got a little shape in there. Just a couple pumps to get the shape of the tube. And this is correct for that rim. And I'll show you what's going on. Anyway, let's get the 35C. This is the better one. This is the 35C. Yeah, 700 by 35C. And this is also directional, and we'll put it on the right way because, you know, we're like that. I really hope you guys understand that was a technical problem, and I apologize. But we're back. It's what we do. We overcome. All right, let's get this rim over here. And this is a deeper style rim. And that other one I had on there, I'll show you just so you guys know what's going on. It was kind of bugging me. This tube was like the 32 millimeter or something. Anyway, that was just barely coming into the rim. You could just barely get air in there with this deep dish rim. And this taller one, I believe it should be on the box. Yeah, here it is. Let's see, it's a taller one, and it's a 48 millimeter Presta. It pops up taller, is what they're saying. And I believe this other one is only 32 or something. Anyway, we're not using this, so let's get this out of here. And let's pop this in this rim. Now, this is a decent rim. And if you really wanted to, that's a little scratched up. If you really wanted to, you could run a front brake on this, and I am doing that, actually. I am running a front brake on this fixed gear rim, and it's wearing it a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. There is a brake surface machined on this rim, so we're okay. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's going to be nice. These are going to be thick. Okay, let's get you back over here. Yeah, sorry about that, Chris. I had the computer in the same place I always do, and it just suddenly there was this little dude on the screen saying you blew it. I was like, no, I didn't blow it. Anyway, we got this better tube in here, and it actually fits the taller rim, this deep dish rim. And now we're going to go from there. Get a little air out. I don't think I even have to use the tire tools on this one. It's a brand new tire and the rim's in great shape. Oh yeah. If you can put it on with your hand and your thumbs, you're much better off. So see this taller tube with the 48 millimeter stem? That's correct. That other one was just barely, you could just barely get the pump on there. Hey, Christopher, what's up? How's Ocala doing? It's probably about 400 degrees down there. It's probably about 105 in the shade down there. I shouldn't talk. I got the AC going. I got a fan going. I also have some issues with rodents living in my shop. There's some mice that live up in the attic. And I've got this little, I don't know if you can see it over there, but there's this diffuser going on over there. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, I got my pine eucalyptus scent. You know, like I was saying, we'll put a few pounds in it, we'll bounce it. In the winter, like the mice go somewhere else. Like they're in here, but they're not as active. And it's kind of weird. In the summer, things heat up and they're cruising around, they're doing stuff and they're building stuff and you can smell them in here. And I just don't have the heart to like catch them and kill them. There's these black snakes that come in and I really don't mind the black snakes coming in here and taking care of business. That's not too bad, actually. Yeah, let's put some more pounds in there. This feels really crunchy, by the way. I don't remember this front hub feeling this crunchy last time I had this out. We might have to get into this tonight. I hate to, but this does not feel kosher. That doesn't. I just can feel it. Like I said, this yellow bike I've had in some pretty hardcore situations, and I really have been. I've been rough on this Continental. You know, the quality of the paint isn't that great. And once I converted it over to 700C, I wasn't exactly gentle with it. And let's just say I really beat this yellow Continental hard. The paint is pretty bad and it's chipped up. And I beat it pretty bad. And I'm not surprised the front hub on this is crunchy, and we're going to get into that. I'm not putting this back on the bike like that. Okay. And I don't have a press to valve adapter. I lost it, or I would use the compressor. Okay. Now these tubes with the longer reach, they don't take one of these here. They don't take one of those. There's no thread. There's no thread for it. There's just no. I'm sure you could get a tube like that, but why? You don't really need that with these deep dish rims. Okay. Look at that. Oh, yeah. 35C on a Continental, we hope. We hope. Now, like I said earlier, on this particular Continental, there's no rim locks. The Schwinn locks, it doesn't have that. So these bigger axles, this bigger style axle, this is bigger than a normal Schwinn wheel. This does fit right in there. But we have a problem. I'm not putting this on all crunchy. This is not happening. Yeah. All right. But I really want to see if it'll go on. Well, let's kick this off to the side for a second. And let's take the back wheel off. And we'll at least be able to take the back wheel off and put that on. And go from there. And yeah. And I do apologize about the feed. It just clicked out for a second. And this little dude came on the screen and said, "You don't know what you're doing." It was a funny little dude. He was like a zombie eating wires or something. Okay, 15 millimeter. Got that on there tight, man. Oh, yeah. Somebody was going off jumps. Yeah, like I said, I have abused this Continental pretty bad. It's my go-to bike to just go and really give it the beans. The frame's all chipped up, you know. And it's got this funky rack on it for your water bottle and stuff. All right, let's take this off. It's kind of sad because these are gator skin Continentals on a Continental. But we'll put them on a different bike. Anyway, we're going to try to get these 35Cs on here tonight because nobody voted. It was a tie. So the dealer in Vegas had to take over and win blackjack. And it was a tie. You guys, it was 3-3 on the blue Continental or this yellow one. So I kind of took over on the easier stuff. It's hot out here. I got this fan. I got the AC going with a little fan in front of it over there. Woo! And I am waiting for these black snakes to come and take care of these rodents. There's mice living up here. And they are stinky. I just don't have the heart to kill them. Okay, this tube is actually kind of small. I wonder if this tube will pump up. It's kind of a small tube. What's it say here? 725 to 30. What's 5? What's 5 millimeters? 25 to 30, huh? We're going to go for it. We're going to pretend this is a bigger tube. If you hear a big boom or something, you know that I blew it. Yeah, the only other tube I have, 25 to 32, and this is the smaller. This is the smaller valve. You need this longer one. Pressed 32 millimeter. Yeah, we really need this long reach. We're gonna go for it. What's 5 millimeters, right? We'll put some air in this, and we'll see what happens. Okay, let's see what happens. Now, these have been sitting around in my shop for a good week or so, 2 or 4 days, 5 days. And I've been drilling and grinding over here, so always check them. You know, you don't want that little zombie coming on the screen and saying you blew it again. Okay, so let's put this on in the right direction. This does have a direction. I'm thinking it probably is with these little arrows here. That would make sense. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that we should go with these arrows. Usually it says on here. Here I am looking for the, rotation. One little spot. Yeah, rotation. The rotation goes with these little arrows. It says rotation right here. You can't really see it, can you? It's there. It says rotation. So we'll do the right thing and make it go in the right way with these small tube that we shouldn't be using. Yeah, it's nice having power out here. I'll tell you that much. It didn't help with the feed. It shut off. Yeah, I got the place rewired. We got a new sub panel over there. I can run the AC. I can run that diffuser for the pine smell. Yeah, you know, I don't really want to kill those mice, but if the black snakes don't come pretty soon, I'm going to have to do something with a have a heart trap, or I don't think I'll use poison. Okay, we're going this way. I don't think I'll use poison. That's not my style, but I'll use a have a heart trap, and I will relocate them somewhere far away, preferably in a better neighborhood than this one, you know, a nice neighborhood where they'll eat well. I got a story about that. You guys are going to love it. Okay. Let's pop you over here. You're going to love my story about Santa Fe. Remind me to tell you about the Santa Fe story. Oh, man, that was funny. You guys are going to be cracking up. Look at that. Popped right on. Okay, so this tube's a little small. I think 5 millimeters is going to be okay. I think we're going to be all right. What do you guys think? 25 to 30, 700C tube, and this is a 35. What do you guys think? It's going to be okay? I think it's going to be great. I think you guys are great. You guys are great for just tuning in. Okay, let's bounce it around a little bit. We want it to kind of seat. And we've got the rotation correct. That's good. That's a little wumpy there. Yeah, it needs to come out here. All right, let's put some more juice into it. It's getting hot out here. Okay, Steve Malone, paid subscriber. I think he is. Yeah, I think he is. Christopher Stapleton, extreme hot weather. Says it feels like 105. Yeah, down there. Whew. I have nothing to complain about. It's about 79 or 80 in the shop right now, but the fan is in front of that AC. You can see it over there. It's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Today was about 86, and we were going to take a hike. And we drove out there, and we decided to go to the bakery instead. Yeah, we made a judgment call on that one. We were going to take a hike, and then we decided, let's go to the bakery first. And then about halfway there, we were like, no, let's just go home. Too hot. Okay, we're putting it in about 30 pounds right now. Pumping it up. 35, 40. I'm going to try to get 50 in here. Nice round, even number. Okay. And like I said earlier, there's no little screw-on deal here. It's just the cap. These long ones with the longer stem for deep dish rims, they don't use this. They don't use that. And we'll put this on. That looks a little bent too. Okay, we're doing great. Let's pop this in the back. And we're gonna have to take a pad off to do that. And this one doesn't need a repack. It feels good. This hub feels good. I must have repacked it. And the axle's not even bent. That's good. Not bad. Yeah. And a little bit of wump in the rim. Like I say, I've been abusing this Continental pretty bad. Okay, let's take a pad off so we can slip this in and go from there. Because it's not quick release. Yeah, this is not quick release. Now we could undo it here, but I don't think we're going to. I think we're going to get a little Allen and take that off. Woo! Uh-oh, he's digging in his tools. Not acceptable. Digging in your toolbox. Wrong size. Okay, we got this one off. We just got to take this pad off because these tires are so big. There's no way they're going to slip past that. And we don't even know if 35C, 700C will fit a Continental. Just because we got 38C on a varsity means nothing. The Continental frame might be a little skinnier. We don't know. Okay. Now we can pop this back up here. Get you over here. You can see that's good. Oh, Chris, 94 actual temp. Well, yeah, but down there, yeah, it'll feel like 105. Yeah. Whew. I went biking on Sanibel. I went biking on Sanibel Island, and it was like just starting to get hot. It was like just like end of February or almost March or something. And man, halfway in the ride, I was like, whew, it was only about 80 that day, but it felt like 100. Yeah, it felt like it. Okay, we're gonna pop this on. I can't remember if I used a half link on this or not. I don't think I did. I think 3922 is a really nice ratio, so you don't have to use half links. I think you do pretty well on that. What's not doing well is this fender tab. Woo! Ha ha! Woohoo! Yeah, you have to bend it past, you have to flex the tire into the little tab for the fender. And that's really not a big deal because it's really hard to find fenders for these anyway, for these 27-inch Schwinns. When you do find fenders on one of these, it's good just to leave them on, like that blue Continental I'll show you in a minute. When you find a bike with fenders, it's good to leave them on. Oh yeah, it's gonna fit. Oh yeah. We'll put that pad back on. We'll get the adjustment there. I need some water. Woo! Yeah, it's gonna fit. Yeah, we gotta kick it over. This hub feels okay. The front hub does not. Let me get some water. All right, Casa Grande, 105 degrees. Oh, dude. And that feels like 115. Yeah, what am I sniveling about here? I just pop the AC on and get the diffuser going for the rodent smell, and I'm good. Okay, let's adjust this wheel a little bit and go from there. Right now it's kicked over to this side a little bit, and we don't have the pad in yet. We're getting there though. It's a 15 millimeter. All right, so, and we want the chain to be a little, bit looser than this. That's kind of tight. Yeah, there's a tight spot right there. We'll kick it down and pop it in a little. We'll get that going first. I'm just kind of checking. That's kind of loose there. Oh, I did use a half link. I see the half link right there. This does have a half link. Probably because I wanted that to be in the middle. That's good. That's a bit loose there. Let's kick it back out. Take your time on these things. That's pretty good. And the wheel is pretty much in the center. Okay, I'm liking that right there. Let's check this. We're just checking if there's a tight spot, how loose that is. Kind of tight right there. It gets loose. It's because this is worn. I don't think that's worn too bad. Okay, I'm liking this. I'm liking the way it's centered. And let's put the ump on it. Okay, good. We've got the ump on it. Let's put this brake pad on. And we now know that a 35C will fit a Schwinn Continental that used to have 27s. Now, we kind of knew that because we've got some on that red bike in the back there that's 38C. So we kind of knew that already. But, you know, we didn't know maybe the Continental frame is a little skinnier up there. We don't know. You know, I haven't done this before. I'm sure other people have, but I haven't. Let's put this pad on. And then we'll either move to the front because that's how we roll. We got to figure out that front hub. That's pretty bad. Maybe it's just an adjustment. It doesn't feel like an adjustment. It feels like the front bearings need a repack very badly. Oh, wow. That pad is high. Huh. This other pad over here is way high. Wonder how that happened. So you don't have to use the handle to compress these. You can just grab the inner wire here and pull it down. Yeah, that pad is kind of high. And it's probably because these brakes barely worked on the 700C conversion. They're right at the end, and I'll show you. Yeah, they're right at the end of the adjustment. See how the pad, see where I've got the pad all the way down that way, where you bolt the pad to the actual brake. It's all the way down, and it's connecting in the right spot, but there's no more adjustment to go down that way. So these are probably one size too small. You'd like to have that in the middle, but we're okay. We're going to use, I've been out off-roading on this. We are okay. Yeah, we're big time okay. Okay, well, 35C does fit, and it is going in the right direction. All right, so we have to deal with this front hub. But let's put these nice gator skins on the side here. We have some really nice 32C Continental gator skins, and we'll just put those over there. We are going to use those somewhere. I'm not going to just, you know, let those sit. They were kind of pricey to begin with. Oh, look, here's somebody jogging with their coffee. That's not coffee. That's just lemonade. Okay. We have to deal with this front hub. I'm not putting this front wheel back on with this crunchy stuff going on. Well, I am, but I'm going to fix it first. And yeah, it just doesn't, this does not feel right to me. It's just something's going on in Denmark there. Let's just pull a whammy here. And we'll get you guys a little closer. I'll move this anti-rodent machine over here. And we'll get some... There we go. That's about as close as I can get you without the whole world ending. We already did that tonight. All right. Let's just get in here real quick, wipe these bearings off real quick, like, and see what is going on, why they're crunchy. And you'll just have to stay over there. Sorry. We'll figure it out, though. I'm using a cone wrench. It's a 13 cone wrench. It's going on that cone. And I'm going to grab what I think is the right size. 15? No, it's not. Let's grab a 16. It's not a 16. Let's grab a 17. Oh my goodness. Dear Barbara. Maybe it was just tight. Oh, well, you know what? We unloosened it. We're going to clean it and put new bearings, new grease, and we're going to clean the bearings a little bit. I mean, I could just adjust this, but we won't cheat. Let's lay a towel down. We're not gonna cheat. The way I put this bike through the stuff, this bike's, like I said, this bike has been through some stuff, man. And we're not gonna make it. We're not gonna skimp at all. Looks like it's got rubber seals on the inside the hub. That's in good shape. Wow, looks like it has rubber seals. Very interesting. And this one looks okay as well. I don't know about these seals. I am not. Oh, they're rubber seals. Look at that. Huh. Okay. Wow. Oh yeah, that grease was funky. Yeah. That grease was funky. It's all brown. Yeah, there was dirt in there. Anyway, that's what we got going on there. That's a bearing left over that I didn't get out, but the grease is gritty and it's brown. And I don't think anybody's ever repacked this. And I can feel grit in here. We did the right thing. And those little rubber seals didn't help. I mean, people at the factory were like, oh yeah, these rubber seals, this is going to be great. They'll keep all the dirt out of here. Well, it didn't work. There's two bearings in there that won't come out. They're being little jerks. We're going to get some skinnier screwdriver, and we're going to get them out of there. Come on now. There's two bearings in there that don't want to come out. I got to get a tiny screwdriver. We've got to get those bearings out. I got to clean them. Here we go. So hey, sorry about the first part of the live feed. There was some kind of issue with the connection. There they are. And the whole live feed shut off. And that was that. Okay, let's wipe these cones out and give them a good look. Yeah, they look good. I think we got lucky. We caught this in time. Yeah, we caught it in time. We got lucky. Come over here, light. There you go. Yeah, they're nice and shiny. No big pits. We caught it in time. I should spray this with cleaner or something. I don't want to use anything caustic in here tonight with the windows closed and the AC on. We're just going to kind of wipe it out. Oh, 13 people watching. Hey, man. Okay, 13 people. We know there's somebody from Ocala, Florida. We know there's someone from Casa Grande. We are in Weaverville, North Carolina. It's about 80 degrees out here. It smells like mice pee and pine scent. We're doing good. We're doing great. Okay, those are pretty clean. Let's go on to cleaning the cones. Now, this felt a little gritty. I was having some issues. I did not want to put this back on the bike. And like I say, this Continental has been places that a normal Continental should never go. And we might actually have to spray this with something caustic. Yeah, I hate to in here with the air shut off. But I think we're going to have to give this a quick spray with something petroleum related. I think I'll go over here and do it. Probably not a great thing to do with the door shut, but we got to clean this up. You got to do what you got to do. See, that's nice and clean now. So what I'm looking for on this is brittling and damage, and I'm not finding any. Now, if you look very closely on that curved part, the little convex part, you're looking for pits and scratches and abnormal wear, and it's not super clean yet, but this one is pretty clean. Where am I? There I am. Yeah. See, that's nice and shiny, and there's no pits. Yeah, I'll take that to the bank all day. We're just getting this extra stuff off of here. All right, so this one, yeah, nice and shiny. Here, we'll get a better view right here. This is what you want to see when you take apart an old hub, especially, well, an old Schwinn hub would be even better. It'd be nice and shiny. It'd be much better quality than this is. But you want that area where the bearing is running to be nice, and these are good. All right, so this is ready, and we have not changed the distance on this part. We didn't undo this part. We left that alone. We left that tight, and we know that's a good distance. All right, so we got that good. Let's clean these ridiculous rubber seals off that didn't really do much, except collect dirt. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the rubber seals. For automotive uses, yes, rubber seals are great. They run on the hub. They keep dirt out. But for bikes, it's just kind of like what, 50 years of people using metal seals on a bike rim. It's a bike rim, Dirt's going to get in there no matter what. You're running your bike, in the dirt. Dirt's coming in. You have to repack the hubs. This little plastic rubberized seal is not going to be all that. I mean, if you had a sealed bearing in there, that would be one thing. These aren't sealed bearings. It's just a seal that the cone goes in. And the first time any dirt or any heat buildup or anything like that, forget it. It's just a bad idea, but I'm sure someone's going to complain and say I'm wrong. But that's okay. Anyway, we got those pretty clean. We got those nice. Okay. And let's clean this one off. If you're just tuning in, it was a tie vote. We had a tie vote on the opaque blue Continental and the yellow Continental. We were going to convert the opaque blue one to 35C, and I have the rims over there to do it. And this one was just converting it from 32C to 35, and we kind of knew it was going to work anyway because it was already set up for it, and it was just going one more size. And here we are, kind of a mangled seal, a little rubber seal. I'm not really down with those. And let's clean these up, and then we're going to repack it with some grease, and we'll go from there. And then I'll read some comments, and you guys can tell me I'm doing it all wrong. Okay, those look pretty good. I think we're going to transfer those over to a cleaner towel. I don't have a solvent bench. I don't have a solvent tank, so this is what we have to do here. We're just going to put those on a towel, and we're going to rub them around on the towel until they're shiny. You guys watching this? Okay, they look pretty good and shiny. All right, let's get some fresh grease in this hub. And we got to get cracking here because I'd like to get this wheel on before, next winter. Let's see here. Brilliant. Oh, somebody new. Blatant localism. Oh, I think I've heard, maybe this person has watched the show before. Representing Humboldt County, California here. Just got back from a nice ride on my 55 Corvette. Awesome, dude. My mom lives in Mendocino. scroll down after the live feed, you can see me working on an ancient VW van that really should go to the junkyard. It's in the categories. You can find it. Yeah, man. All right, blatant localism. All right, so the other 10 people aren't telling me where they're from. They're all top secret. I mean, we've got to repack this hub real quick. Let's get it going here. We've got just enough grease left to do it. Put some fresh grease in there. And we're going to count out how many bearings there are in a moment. I think there's 9 on each side. We're almost out of grease because I work on a lot of bikes. Yeah, I just wasn't going to put this back on. With that crunchy stuff going on. We just weren't going to put it back on. We're going to go the distance. Okay, that is ready for the bearings. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a quick count on these bearings. They were so nasty and gooey when I took them off that I didn't really count how many were on each side. So we're going to do a quick count, divide it in half, shove them in, pop the seals in, put it back together. All right, there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, there's 10 on each side. There's 10 bearings on each side. There's 20 bearings there. All right, let's pop them in. There's 1. Got 2 on that one. There's 4. 5. We're doing good. The grease is holding them in, if you're wondering why they're not slamming around and falling on the floor. Grease is your friend. Okay, there's 10 right there. Let us pop this seal back in. Look at that. It just pops in with your hand. That's another reason I don't like those seals too much. I mean, you know, a metal seal, you'd have to pound in with a hammer. You know? Oh man, am I going to have to dance the Macarena? Did somebody donate some money? Damn. I said I was going to dance the Macarena. Oh no. We can't have this foolishness. Take that money back. Okay, I'll read that in a second. Whoever that is, thank you so much. Let me get this in, and we'll put the seal in, and we'll get this going on. I was not going to put this wheel back on feeling crunchy. There's no way. Not where this bike goes. Not where this bike goes. I was not going to just throw this wheel back on. And this seal is kind of crappy. Yeah, it's not the greatest seal. Okay. Let's pop this in. Now we didn't change the spacing on that. We left that tight. Yeah. Oh, dude, blatant localism. I'll take it, man. Thanks, bro. I was supposed to dance the Macarena. If somebody gave me some money, I still might. Let's put this back in first. All right, we got that. Putting the other cone on right now. I know you guys can't see. I can't move the computer. We already had an issue earlier. I moved the computer and the whole world ended and the live feed stopped. And it was a problem. Hey, Michael Love, what's up, dude? Yeah, I know you're from Acton. How's it going, Mike? I still got your artwork up here. Don't worry. In fact, I got to close the window. First time in 10 years, I got to close that window because I had the shop wired and I got a sub panel in here now. And I got a wire. I got a little whip for the welder. I got 220 for the welder. And I don't have cords going out the window. I ran this shop for almost 11 years on 2 extension cords leading to the house. Finally, we got the sub panel in, and I can run everything I want to run. I can run the dust collector. I can run the AC all day with a fan. And I can close the window near your artwork. Okay, this is kind of grubby. We got to clean this piece. And then we're going to tighten up the cones, and we're going to put it back on the bike. Yeah. It's all good. Oh, man, my hands. I want to say thank you, but my hands are grubby. I'll get back to you, blatant localism. 55 Corvette. I've got 2 Corvettes down there. I got a ladies Corvette and I got a red boys Corvette. I'll have to dig that out someday, man. It's one of my more favorite ones. Okay, 13 millimeter cone wrench coming up. 13. And what did we use? We used the 17, didn't we? Yeah. I don't have to use this goofy one, do I? Ew. Okay, that's a little tight. That's okay. A little tight's better than not tight. I'm digging through my tools. Excuse me. Sorry, analytics. You're going to have to deal with it. It happens. I have to get 2 13s because I want to hold this other cone and swedge this other one out a little bit. That's what I want. Now I'm going to double check this one, make it really tight. Maybe I got a wrench that actually fits it. Step that goofy one. Really don't want to use that big goofy one. Let's take this one. Okay, that feels good. And we didn't mess with this side, but we're going to check it. Yeah, that's good. Okay. And put these back on. Give it a little spin. And then we'll throw it on the bike. Oh, we got to take a pad off the front too. I forgot. Okay. Now, I know you guys can't feel this. You're not right here. But it was crunchy before. It was bad crunchy. And that grease was, you saw what it looked like. It was nasty. And now, this feels really good. Yeah. Slight up and down hop. These are a used set. Yeah. It could be a little looser. I think I'm going to let it be. I like the adjustment the way it is. All right, we got to loosen one pad on this to shove this 35C up in there. But before we do that, I got to get some of this grease off my hands. Woo. Little hand cleaner action. I know. I can't be messing with the computer with red grease all over my hands. All right, let's see how everybody's doing. Michael Love, all is good. I'm glad you're doing well, man. Yeah, first time in 10 years. I can close the window over there. There's your artwork. And the reason is because we got a sub panel. Yeah, it was about time. I've been using this shop for, I've been out here 11 years on extension cords, and there's been some dicey moments. And we do have a whip for the welder also, I can show you. This is 220 right here. And the welder I can actually use. It's a dual phase. It's one of those 211 auto set Millermatics that you can run on 110 or 220. And I was using it on the 220 the other day, and I was like, man, night and day, you could actually weld 3/8 plate if you went slow enough. And it's a game changer. I can do some structural stuff like gates and gates and grates and stuff that's a little more heavy dutier that I can sleep at night about, than buzzing things with a 110 MIG welder. Sometimes is, it's strong, but let's just say 220 is it's like stepping out of a Volkswagen Bug and getting into a Mopar Plymouth GTX with a 440. I don't know if it's that hardcore. All right, move on up. That's right. Oh, I can't reply to the super chat. I'm sorry. I was going to say something nice to blatant localism, but thank you, sir. Thank you. 1 and a 2 and a 3 Macarena. Hey, Macarena. Okay. All right, let's put this wheel on before YouTube kicks me off permanently. We're going to take a pad off now and slide this 35C up in here. Okay. Hey, Mike, is it hot out there in Acton? Because you're out in the hills. You're out in those golden hills up there. Must be 90 degrees up there today. Okay, now this one doesn't have the same problem like I was talking about the adjustment on the 700C conversion brakes, these pads being way in. This front ones are always a little easier on the 700C conversion. For some reason, there's a little more room, especially on the center pole brakes. All right, let's pop this up. Let's pop it up and in. Up and in, baby. Ah. I said up and in. Now listen to me. Don't make me look bad in front of all my friends. There we go. Now this doesn't have Schwinn wheel locks. For some reason, this year Continental, which I thought did have Schwinn wheel locks, I can show you what they look like in a minute, but you know what they are. They're just little cone washers. And this fork does not have them. So that allows you to run a larger diameter axle like these 700C wheels. Have a larger, the axle is a little bit bigger than this normal Schwinn wheel. Makes sense. The whole wheel's a little bit bigger. Okay. Oh yeah, 35C. Yeah, this rim is taking a big hit. Wow, I can see. Yeah, this rim, like I said, we weren't exactly nice to this bike. Yeah, this rim has taken a big hit. Of course, it was probably on a different bike. I didn't. Of course, it wasn't me. Like I wouldn't put this bike into any situation that the rim would get bent. So it was the previous owner that, yeah, these wheels were on a different bike at one time. It wasn't me. All right, let's put the pad on. Man, that's a heck of a wump. Wow. Huh. I think we're going to have to deal with that at a later date. This wasn't picky, finicky night. This was just throw some 35Cs on night. This was not picky, finicky stuff going on. Yeah. Okay. We're doing good. All right. Let's put this pad on, and then we'll, I think we're going to, okay, we can either change this kickstand out because I got a brand new one, or we could let it be and work on another bike. We'll have you guys vote. Let's put this pad on right now. Right now. Like now. One and a 2 and a 3 Macarena. Hey, Macarena. Okay, let's go get that Allen wrench and tighten that up. And like earlier, the front wheel and the conversion brakes, when you do 700C on a Continental, especially with center pole brakes, they're a little more forgiving about the adjustment on the front. There's like more room going on. In the back, it's tight. It's close to not working. But the front, on a lot of Schwinns that I've converted to 700C, the front brake always just kind of finds its happy home, and the adjustment is pretty close to being in the middle. Yeah, we like things when they find their happy home. Kind of like me. It looks pretty close. We're going to grab that with a wrench and hold it after I snug it a little bit. Yeah, that's good. So we're going to grab this with a wrench, and then we're going to tighten it. Like so. You don't want this to spin. You're trying to hold it. Okay. And get you in here on the computer. Maybe I won't ruin the whole world here, but see the adjustment. The adjustment's right in the middle there. Like the front brakes usually work. It's the back brakes. You got to get longer ones, or you got to be really careful about how you can get them in there. And sometimes the back brakes just have to be longer for it to work. Let me plug you back into the juice here. And I'm going to drink some more water because water is good. In a second here. Got to hydrate. It's only about 80 degrees out here. I don't know what I'm complaining about. Yeah. And I thought this was funny. I already showed you guys this, but there's a guy running with his coffee. Because, you know, when you go get some coffee at a service station, you just run, you know, you go jogging with your coffee. All right. We got this dialed in, folks. 71 Schwinn Continental with original yellow paint. It's got 35C directional tires. Oh, no. Did we put this on the wrong way? Oh, my God. We put this tire on the wrong way, folks. Oh, God. All that joking around. All that messing around, and I put it on the wrong way. Yeah. Let's see. Let's make sure. No, it's the right way. No, it's wrong. Okay. That's great. That's great. Well, why didn't you guys tell me? Maybe we can switch that by there, yeah. Why didn't you guys tell me I put it on wrong? Well, you know what? I'm just gonna switch it back. And I was hoping that would just kind of pry out of there, but it won't. Dang it. Great. That's got to be completely off. That's all right. Live and learn. Not that I'm going to be going over speeds of 50 with this thing. So we're going to switch it around so the direction is correct. I know. I make the mistakes so you don't have to. I know. It's okay. You guys should have told me about that, though. Hey, Faulknerian, check that direction on that tire, buddy. Of course, it wants to be a pain now. There we go. Okay. You guys, you were screaming into the screen. Check the direction on that, dude. Check the direction. Look at the arrow. Okay, we'll get the final tighten on that in a second. Let's get this pad back in. At least I can laugh at myself, right? Thanks for warning me about the direction on that, guys. Yeah, thanks. Okay. Put this pad back on. And then we're going to have a vote. We're going to have a vote on what to do next. Because we still got a little time. Yeah, we still got some time. It's only like 8:40 something. Now that I have AC out here and power, we're doing great. Oh, I forgot to tell you about that story, that Santa Fe story. I should tell you that. Yeah, you guys are going to love this story about Santa Fe when we used to live there. Don't let me forget. It's funny. Well, it was funny to me. But if it's funny to me, it might be funny to you as well. Okay, what do we got here? Down a little. You know, I had it perfect before I had to change the tire rotation. It's great. Okay, now we're going to hold this pad again, and we're going to tighten it up. Okay, that's good. All right, let's put the final on this wheel. Yeah, that wheel has a pretty bad spot on it. Okay, Santa Fe story. You guys ready for the Santa Fe story? You're going to love it. Okay, so in Santa Fe, I worked for Habitat for Humanity, driving their donation truck. And it was hot as blazes, and we lived in this little adobe house. And it's Santa Fe. There's mice everywhere. In the summer, in the winter, there's these big kangaroo mice with these big back feet. Like, anyway, there's these mice, these giant kangaroo mice. And they would just come into my workshop. I had this tiny little, it was 9 by 12 adobe next to the house, packed with bikes, about a quarter of this size, packed to the ceiling with bikes. And I would try to work out there. And I had bikes in boxes and stuff, boxed up because they stored better that way. And these kangaroo mice were just moving in, like whole families of them, jumping around. I'd go in there at night, flip the light on, try to do some work, and it was like Mouse-ageddon in there. There was like 15 kangaroo mice jumping around, and they were just everywhere. It was like, oh my God, I'd never seen that many mice. and they weren't just the ordinary little guys. They had these big back feet. Anybody from the Southwest, like anybody from Casa Grande, anybody from the Southwest knows what a kangaroo mouse is. It's not really, it's like a giant mouse, and it jumps. Anyway, I had to get rid of them. So I'd have this, I didn't want to kill them. So I'd catch a few of them and have a heart trap. And then I'd be late for work, you know. So on the way to work, there was this place called Governor's Drive, and the governor's mansion was there. The governor of New Mexico lived there. They actually lived on a street you could just drive right by. I don't know if they changed it, but, and I would pull over near his mansion and I would let the kangaroo mice out and they'd all run towards the mansion. I was just relocating them. After about the third or fourth time, there was these dudes in suits come running out, you know, from the like garage area, you know. So I kind of had to relocate them somewhere else. There was nothing illegal about that. Just, I wasn't like putting him on the governor's property. It was just near his house, you know. I figured the kangaroo mice had a much better chance of getting some food or just a better quality of life up by the governor's mansion than in my tiny little bike shop. So that's the funny story, and I hope you liked it. And you know, when the Secret Service comes and gets me, you know, oh well. All right, here's the vote. We can change the kickstand on this. We have a brand new one, but that one's still good. It's just rusty. Or we can get this World Traveler green one over here on the stand. Since you guys didn't vote, I'm taking over here, Vegas rules. We can get this World Traveler over here, and we're going to tear it apart and see if these 700C wheels I just got from Hearn Cycle. It's a really nice set. I'll show you the set. And when you go jogging, you bring your coffee with you. Okay, so I'll show you the set we're going to put on here. I will be back. Have to move, wifey. Oh yeah, yeah. You hang in there. You got to vote. Okay, so this is a really nice set I got from Hearn Cycle the other day, and I'm thinking about putting these on that green World Traveler over there. It's a nice set, and I measured the distance on the hub, and it should fit right in. And if that green Traveler doesn't have Schwinn locks, I think we're okay. I guess the first thing to do would be to make sure that this diameter axle, that's kind of rusty, fits in the non-Schwinn lock fork. And then I think the second thing to do, well, I think the first thing to do is to get it in the stand and start messing around and taking the old wheels off and seeing. But these are really nice. They're Alex rims, and they're double wall, and they're 700C, 622 by 19. And they're really sweet. There's nothing wrong with these. There's no up and down hop. There's no side to side. They're just nice. It is a double fixed gear, though. It only has the threading for fixed gear on this side and this side. So I don't know about putting a freewheel on this. I always thought that to put the freewheel on, you needed a full thread right here and not the step down. So we're going to have to research that. Even though I took one off the other day and it was on one of these, I'm a little hesitant. I'm going to have to research about the flip-flop hubs that have the double fixed side. And I think this one does have that. And I'm a little worried about just spinning a freewheel on here. It might be too weak with only a few threads holding it on. So we're going to have to research that. But I'm okay with that World Traveler being a fixed gear. It's a light little bike. And I measured the distance here, and it's about 1/8 of an inch too much. It should pop right in. Anyway, so let's get it on the stand. I think that is going to be the vote because the opaque blue bike is just too much work right now. And we're done with this one. We did it. We now have 35C Schwinn Continental, ready for some hardcore action. Might take this out somewhere tomorrow. It's good. All right, let's take this off the stand and quit jibber-jawing. Schwinn Continental, the world's heaviest lightweight. Oh, yes. I love it. Okay. Pop this over here. Oh yeah, this is gonna be nice with these big tires. This is gonna be sweet. Hopefully. And the kickstand still works. We're okay. It didn't raise it up that much. I mean, these are still the gator skins that were on here are 32s. Those are 35, so that's 3 mil. I mean, you know, it didn't raise it up that much for the kickstand not to work. All right, let's get this green one on here. You must work, my son. You must work. You must work, my son. My son, you must work. Okay. Now this is a peculiar bike. This was not in the Schwinn catalog for this year. It didn't make the catalog. And it's not made in the US. It is the Japanese World Traveler in opaque green. This did not make the catalog for this year. And I'll have to look back in the videos. There is a video I did on it. I believe this is a 73. I'll have to check. It was a drop bar bike, and it did have 10 speeds when I bought it. It doesn't anymore. Let's pop it on the stand. And I think we're going to have to make the stand bigger because this tube is bigger. So we're going to have to adjust this a little bit. Yeah, I know the stand, the diameter of this stand will have to be adjusted out. So let's pop it up in here. Oh, yeah, it's a little lighter, too. Yeah, we do have to adjust this out. That continental diameter is smaller, and this one, it's a bigger diameter, so we're going to have to adjust this in a little bit. Now, if I had my park power stand, you know, I could just pop it up there without any problem. Okay. We're doing good. Okay. Wow, it's actually cooling off out here. Okay. This is a 73, I think. I'll have to check on the other videos. When I first got it, I did a little walk around. It had upright bars. It had 10 speeds. We made all that go away. And right now, I think we're going to see if these 700C wheels fit that I just got from Hearns. And if they do, we've got these Continental Gator Skins 32s, and I believe those will go right on and fit in those aluminum fenders. So there was a kind of a method to the madness there. We got rid of these Continental Gator Skins off of that Continental that I always go off-roading on, and we put the bigger tires on. And now we've got these skinnier ones to kind of reuse. So, and these are almost brand new. I mean, I bought these new only 3 or 4 months ago, but they did have some hard use. Okay, so let's take the back wheel off first because we're like that. Yeah, it's kind of quite a bad. Yeah, this back wheel is not great. I'm kind of glad to be getting rid of that, actually. Now, oh, I just thought of something. We're definitely not going to get this running tonight because we're going to have to mess with the brakes. The front one will work as usual, but the back one looks like it's not even going to be close. So let's take a pad off. And, get that out of there. How much time we got left? We got a little time. It's not even 9 o'clock yet. We're doing good. All right, so we're going to take one pad off here. We're going to stick that on the bench over there. We're going to take this back wheel off. And then we're just going to see if the 700C back wheel that I got from Hearns Cycle is going to work. Now, I can't remember if I used a half link on this arm or not. Let's take a real close look to see if I used a half link. I did not use a half link. There is no half link on this chain. I guess there was enough back and forth play for me to get this. Well, you know, look how it's kind of tight there too. Now see, if I had the half link, I could have made this a little better. See how this is like, this is a little bit kicked down that way, and you can see the serrations where it used to be when it was a 10-speed. It would be nice if this was that way further, but we're running the big chain, and I think I could run the smaller chain. I'm not sure, but we're changing stuff here. So we probably are just going to put the wheel on tonight and see if it fits with the brakes, with no tire or anything. I think we're just going to take the chain off and go from there. Let's take this wheel off, and we'll take the chain off. Yeah, we're not going to finish this one tonight. In other words, this is more of a, is this back hub I just got from that cycle place, is that going to work on this bike? And that is the main question there. We're not putting a, well, that does have a gear on it, doesn't it? Yeah, that's spread open a lot. That distance is quite big. Let's get a measurement on that. I think that wheel's going to be fine. Yeah. I think that wheel's going to be fine. This spread open quite a bit. Yeah, that's 4 7/8. And I think I measured this hub at 4 3/4. So that might be just right. You're supposed to measure these things in millimeters, actually. You're supposed to measure these in millimeters. Okay. And that is, what do we got there? Huh. Yeah. It looks pretty close to 4 3/4. So this should slide right in. Now this has a gear on it, and I don't use this. I'm not going to use this 18. I think that's an 18. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's a 17. Yeah, there's no way I'm using that. And I believe, since this is a double fixed side, that we have to use a fixed gear on here. I don't think there's enough thread to thread a freewheel on here and it'd be safe. Yeah, so we're going to have to get a 22 for this. But for now, let's take the chain off. And we could even put this tire on in the tube and everything. Let's take the chain off. Because we know that's going to be wrong. Because we have, we're not even doing that part yet. Okay, so let's take this off. And this is a thicker chain. I think I'm just going to lay it down on the deck here. Just going to lay that down there. How's these cranks doing? Oh yeah, those cranks are good. I think I went through that. Yeah. And being a Japanese Schwinn, it was kind of odd. It's got one-piece cranks. Even though it's made in Japan for that year. And that's kind of why I went and got it. On Facebook Marketplace, had it for sale for like $60. And I just ran down there and snapped it up, because even though it's a Japanese Schwinn, it's opaque green, and it's a 73 or 4 or something like that. Yeah. I missed the end of the rat story. YouTube ran a commercial. Oh, well, long story short, I used to get the kangaroo rats out of my shop in Santa Fe, and I would bring them up on the way to work. I worked at Habitat for Humanity. And on the way to work was this street called Governor's Drive, and their governor's mansion is on that street. And I would stop I would stop, you know, a good quarter of a mile from his house, and I would let the kangaroo rats out of the have-a-heart trap, and they would all run towards his house. And, you know, they were just, I was just relocating them to a better life. And then after about the third or fourth time, these dudes in suits came running out of this garage area. And so I didn't drop the kangaroo rats off there anymore. And besides, I got most of them out of the bike shop at that point. Just relocating them to a better life for them, you know. Anyway, let's get this. I can sure these people are going to come get me now. He admitted to it. It was him. Yeah, these dudes in suits came running out, man. It was kind of a rough one. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's going to compress right in. And the brake's not going to work at all. I didn't think this brake would work, actually. Yeah, there's no way that brake is going to work. Maybe. All right, you know what? Let's, even though this is a 17 and we're not really down with that, this does have a rim liner on it. And let's put a tube in and put one of these gator skins on and go from there and see how it fits in the frame. Before the dudes in suits come. Before the dudes in suits come and get me. Yeah, I mean, the first couple times it was like nobody was around, and I guess they were checking their surveillance, maybe. I'm not quite sure how they figured out how I was doing it, but they definitely didn't like me stopping and letting the kangaroo rats out. All right, we got this used gator skin. We got this nice used tube that is still good. And we rock big time, and we're going to pump this up a little bit, and we're going to put this gator skin tire on this new back rim that I got from Hearns. And even though it's an 18, we're going to put it on there with no chain and see if the back brakes work. Man, I didn't know they could put a commercial on a live feed. Huh. I thought putting a commercial on a live feed was a no-no. Okay, let's see if these are directional, so you guys don't have to tell me that I blew it. Rotation. Yeah, that way. Okay, well, I'm glad we checked. Not that it would matter. How is that going to matter rotation-wise? What is possibly going on there? How is that going to set up a harmonic balance of some sort? How is this tire possibly going to have an issue going the other way? What, at 90 miles an hour? Come on, Continental. I know you're German and, you know, you're doing the right thing and you guys are precise, but there's no way that this tire is rotational. I don't buy it. There's no way. At what speed? At what speed would this be rotational? Anyway, let's do the right thing. I'm trying to find it again. I don't like. I'm trying to find it. Dang it. Of course, they just put it on one side in one little stamping area, so you have to look for it. Oh, there it is. Okay, rotation that way. So it's going that way. So we're going this way. Okay. Yeah, don't blow it, because, you know, you could set up some kind of frequency there with this big knobby tread. You could really set up some frequency there. Come on, Continental guys. Come on. Give me a break. Okay, we're getting it on here. I got to go over to the bench. The rats were just running to their own kind. They're like, yeah, man, we're right at home. Man, Mike, that's a good one. I didn't think about that. Now we keep things neutral here at Faulkner Fixes All. We keep things neutral. But that is funny. Hey, man, he's one of us. Yeah. bounce this around a little bit. Yeah, rotational. Give me a break, folks. Where's that little thing I showed you 9 times? Okay, now this tube does take that. Okay, so we will put that on, and then we'll put, you know, put some decent pounds in here. Yeah. Yeah, those rats were right at home. Okay, so it looks good. It looks like it's seated. Let's spin it. We have to be careful. This is a fixed gear. We can't just grab this and think it's going to spin like a freewheel. We have to be careful. And this hub feels really good. And this rim is really good. Yeah, he gave me a screaming deal on these. I talked him down a little bit, but you know, he is a businessman. This hub feels really good. I'm satisfied with that. I wish this was a 22. We would just put it on and deal with it, but it's not. And we got to put about 20 more pounds on this, and then we're going to chuck it on the back and see if the back brakes will adjust to it. I doubt they will. Yeah, those kangaroo rats were happy, man. Okay, that feels good. And we got a little cap here. And we got our little threaded part on that holds the tube, and all happy like. We'll tighten that up a little. Okay, give it a spin, check it again. Nothing wrong with that. Now, what is Continental talking about? You know, I'm sorry, but let's find that little mark again so we can laugh. Huh, I can't find it now. I wanted to laugh some more about the rotation. Oh, there it is. Yeah, goes that way. There's a little arrow. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. It's right there. It's a little arrow. It's right by the valve stem. Anyway, it says rotation. And what kind of, you know, are you setting up some imbalance with this tread? What kind of harmonic balance are you setting up? Are you going 150 miles an hour? Give me a break, Continental. All right, let's put this in. Let's put this in so we can stop laughing, because that is hilarious. Oh, good. It's a 15. Oh, yeah. This is sweet. Yeah, this is going to be nice in here. And this frame's light enough that maybe I'll just run a fixed gear, you know. I'll have to research if you can run a freewheel on the double step side. I don't think it's wise to do that. I'll have to research. Maybe someone can chime in. Yeah, this frame sucked in about an 1/8 inch. It's not bad. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. I do not think these brakes are going to work though. That's okay. We got a whole box of brakes. Yeah, I don't think these brakes are going to work. I would be surprised if these brakes worked. This, yeah, I need new pads anyway. These are really bad. This was just to test the bike when I made it into a 1-speed freewheel. And we're definitely going to buy new pads, but we can at least see. Let's get this closer. We can at least see we can at least see if I have to change these brakes or not. I have a feeling that I have to, even though the adjustment, oh, we'll see. Maybe. I mean, do you really need back brakes on a fixed gear on the back? No, not really. Do you want back brakes on your fixed gear because you're a poser and you're not really that buffed? Yeah. Oh, hey, we got lucky. We got lucky. Like I said, it's at the end of the adjustment. You know, it's at the end of the adjustment. Let's get you in here. See how that pad's way down there? The pad's way down. There's a little bit to go on this one, but the pad's pretty close to being at the end of the adjustment. And it's just enough. Yeah, that's just enough. We're definitely going to have to buy some new pads, so I don't think I'm going to take this with these pads. I did test it a little bit with these. That's not going to be bad at all. So what we'll do is we'll order a 22 tooth on here. And I'll do the research. If I can get a freewheel on that without ruining the hub, I will. But I'm pretty sure that since this is a double step, double flip-flop hub, i.e. it doesn't have, I can't really show you. Oh yeah, I got a room up here. I can show you. Well, what I'm talking about is where the freewheel threads on. Like this one is just a normal Schwinn wheel. And this freewheel threads on correctly. And this thread here is about 3/4 of an inch or an inch long. It's about 3/4 of an inch of a thread. So this 22 freewheel threads right on there. But on that hub I just put on, it's a double lock ring hub. So you don't have that space. Like you only have, let's see if I can get you in here. Let's see here. I guess you can see. Yeah, there's only that much thread that the freewheel goes on, and you can't use the lock ring on the freewheel. So there's only about 4 or 5 threads on there, and that should go the whole way if you're using a freewheel. So that's what I'm worried about. Am I going to put the freewheel on there, and is it going to strip the hub? And I think it would. So we're just going to go with, it's a flip-flop hub, and I'm just going to put a 22 on it and ditch the 17, or leave it on there so it looks good, but probably ditch the 17 and put a 22 on there. But the hub is good. The brakes are working. We need new pads for sure. All right, let's try this front one out too. This is sweet, man. Do we have a tube for this front one? Oh yeah, we got a tube. Oh yeah, we got a tube right here. Cool. Didn't think I had a tube. Why didn't I have a tube? I took one out. Oh, I remember that. We had one that was wrong, and we switched it. That's what happened. Okay. And this is a 725 to 32C. Okay, well, these tires are 32C, so we're okay. All right. Just to get the shape going on. We got the shape. Okay. We got this gator skin. We're going to check this. Make sure there's nothing in it like kangaroo mouse droppings. And put this in. Actually, we can put this on the front wheel right away. Just have it ready to go. And we will do that. And here's the wheel we're going to use. This is the matching set. Oh, yeah, but this is a little rusty here. We got to put some grease on this one. It's a bit rusty. Not quite what I want to see. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I think I'm going to wire brush that out a little bit too. I mean, you gave me a pretty good deal on them, but you know, there's always something, right? Yeah, I hope everyone's doing good. And we're going to put this front wheel on, and it's basically we're doing another 700C conversion, just like that in front of your very eyes. And I think the front brakes are going to be fine because it's always the rear brakes that are kind of tight. The fronts, maybe it's because the front fork has to do so much, you know. And wow, that's really rusty. Maybe it's because the front wheel has to adjust in the front fork so much that they make it that way. Not quite sure why that when you do a 700C conversion, the front always seems to work, and the back is always tight. Not quite sure why that works like that. Okay, that feels a little better. I feel a little bit better about using this bolt. Let's put some grease on these threads or some oil or something. Yeah, I feel a little bit better about that. And it's funny, you know, this is not a quick release hub, but the hub, the shaft is hollow. That's Mr. Anderson. that's kind of freaky. Anyway, let's put this in. All right, we're doing good. We're doing good. Pop this baby in. We're doing real good. Let's see. I got to think of a vote for you guys next week. You did so good on the vote for this feed. You came up with an exact tie, so you know I had to do the tiebreaker. And so next week, I got to think of what we're doing. Okay, let's bounce this around a little bit. I'm sure that seated up well. I mean, it's a brand new tire. Oh, we got to get the, we got to find that thing. Darn. What do I do with that? I don't think I had that. Okay, yeah, we're good. Yeah, this is a nice straight rim. It's got a little, it's got a little seating issue. There is a little low spot where it didn't seat. I'm trying to find it right now. Huh. Oh, that's not bad. Yeah. All right, let's pump it up some more. I make the mistakes so you don't have to. Right? Okay, that's pretty good. All right, we got to find a little retainer ring for that. Oh yeah, nothing wrong with that. All right, let's find this little ring. Huh. Oh wow, look, there's a Presto valve adapter. I found it. Hooray, I could use the compressor if I wanted to. Cool. A little bit late now. All right, we gotta find that little ring. Did they give you one in a new tube? They do. I hate to open up a new tube just to get that, but we need this little ring. And we're going to steal it off this new tube. No one will know. It's not like I'm going to return the tube or anything. Okay. I need the cap anyway, too. All right, so let's put this ring on here. You don't really need it, but a lot of racers leave this off. That's extra weight, man. Give me a break. Okay. Okay. So this tire is rotational. We remember that when we put it on the front. Let's take this one off. Now we don't know. This may not even fit on here. You know why? Because this may have the Schwinn locks. It may be very, very small. We might not be able to get this on here without grinding the fork a little bit. And if that's the case, that's going to be a bummer. And that is going to be the end of our evening out here. I guarantee you. And that is a 14. Or 9/16. Uh-oh, I think this has the wheel locks. I don't know, folks. Might be the end of our evening out here. Might be it. It's a 10 millimeter. The struggle is real. I can't find a 10 millimeter. The struggle is real. Okay. You guys getting bored yet? Uh-oh, it has wheel locks. No, it doesn't. Oh, awesome. It does not have the wheel locks. But they look kind of small. I don't know, folks. Oh, man, I don't know. This might be the end of the evening. I don't know. I don't know if this axle is small enough to go in here. This might be the end right here. We might have to, if we have to clearance this fork, this is not happening tonight. I don't know, folks. Ye of little faith. Oh. Wow. Let me get it. Oh, it's just a little bit. It's not bad. Yeah, a little round file action, and that'll go in, especially on this one side. I wonder if we should just file this tonight. Wow, so close. Wow, that is close. It's on this side, though. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, they got one wheel lock on this. Yeah, it's a Japanese bike. I'll have to show you guys. There's one wheel lock. One side has a wheel lock, the other side doesn't. Yeah, I'll have to show you guys. Yeah. Oh, bummer. Yeah, we'll have to file one side of the fork. It's not happening tonight. Anyway, let me get you in here. If you see, Let's see if I can show you without the internet popping off. Right here, there's a space. A Schwinn wheel lock will fit in there and lock the wheel. On this other side over here, there is no space. Here, I'll turn the fork for you so you can see it there. Well, you can kind of see it here. It's small. So they only put the wheel lock on one side. This side has to be filed. Yeah, we'll file it. It won't weaken it too much. Anyway, it's kind of a bummer. That's going to basically shut us down. Bummer. I don't really feel like filing that right now, and I don't want to wake up the whole neighborhood with a Dremeler. Yeah, I think we're just going to let that go for now. We do know it'll work. The spacing is good. The spacing's good, and we do know it'll work. But the Schwinn wheel lock, for some reason on Japanese bikes, is only on one side. This starts to go in, and you can see it. The axle actually clears on this side, no problem. You guys can't see it because you're up there. But if you just put it on the side here, that goes in. You go over here like this, and it only goes like, halfway. So we're going to do the right thing. We're not going to ruin, we could pound it in, but then it would ruin these threads. We're not going to do that. We'll file it. It's worth it. This is a really nice rim, and it'll be really nice when we're done, and we'll deal with it. So as far as I can fathom going on this tonight, there's no reason to put the chain on because we're going with a 22 tooth. I got to order that. Okay, before I go, you gotta chime in on the vote. I'll tell you what to vote on, and there's one more thing I got to show you, which is pretty cool. Well, it's thrifty. Let's just say it's really thrifty. Okay, on these Schwinns, even the Japanese ones with the built-in kickstand, there's a little cap on there that wears off. And when you go to like Goodwill or Habitat, you can find these little spring-loaded curtain rod things. They suck. These are terrible. Your curtain will fall off. But on one of the ends is a small end. That doesn't work too good. But on the bigger end, these things are on the bigger end, and you can pop it off. Like you just pull that off with a pair of pliers or something. But you're left with one of these is kind of big, and one is kind of small. You can't really see. One's a little bigger. And you take the bigger one, you throw this away when you're done stealing the parts off it. You can usually get those for like $1. They suck so bad, they almost give them away. Anyway, with a little finagling, you can get this piece on a Schwinn kickstand. And I'll show you right now. There it is. There's your little sidewalk special. Now, some of them have that little serrated part that doesn't look great, but some of them don't. Like this one has a little circular thing in it. You could clean that up. That would probably look better. No, it's not Schwinn. No, it's not. But who's going to know? It's a nice little plastic cap on there, and it protects the kickstand from wearing down. And just for a review, you take it off that spring-loaded drapery rod, and it fits right on here. The bigger end does. The little end, there's two different sizes on that drapery rod. You can force the little end off on, but it's kind of rough. But the bigger end, it goes right on there, and it looks fine. So when you find these at the Goodwill, they'll be bent, and this one's ready to just be tossed in the scrap bin, and that's the small side. All right, this is the big side here. You try to pull this off. Oh, there it goes. They're so cheap, they just pop right off. And there you go. A little bit of Faulknerian thrift there. Okay, next week. Should we continue on this World Traveler? I'll have that filed by then. And we'll put the 22 tooth on, and we'll just get this back to where it was, but with 700C and new pads. Or should we work on this Continental? And I haven't decided whether just to keep this 27 and keep the speeds. I'm kind of tired of converting all these bikes to 700C. Like, I'm kind of thinking maybe I should have one that's just 27 and with some speeds, you know? And maybe this is the one to do that on. It already has 5 speeds, but the rims, the spoke nipples on the rims are loosening up. And I have to do something about that. So we could either convert that to 700C with speeds maybe, or we could work on this green bike. Okay, so here's your vote. I'll put it in the community feed, and I want some votes because this last time it was a tie. And Huffy, come on, Airbag. Just because you're a paid subscriber. Okay, what the hell? Let's just go Schwinn or Huffy. I'll work on both of these Schwinns next week, or we can work on the Huffy, the custom Huffy. Okay, Airbag. Okay, you want to change the vote up on me? I'm sure when you go jogging, you bring your coffee with you, right? Okay, I guess that's the vote. Next Saturday, I will work on both of these. The opaque blue Continental, which is right there, and the Made in Japan World Traveler 700C, or the Huffy. That'll be the new challenge. Okay, that'll be your new vote, and I'll have the vote on the community feed so you can chime in, or you can vote on this too. Okay, Steve Malone, also a paid subscriber. He says Schwinn for the win. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good for the Schwinn right now, Airbag. I'm dying of thirst. Just give me a second here, folks. In the beginning of this live feed, the whole computer shut down, and I was really struggling to get this back up. 9:30. Yeah, it's been 2 hours and 4 minutes. Well, I had that issue at the beginning. Okay, so we'll file the fork on this World Traveler to accept the front wheel, and we'll decide what we're going to do with this Continental, this blue one. I'd really like to keep some speeds. I do have a 700C wheel up there that's kind of funky, but it does have speeds, and maybe another trip to Hearns and get some more wheels. You know, the guy loves to see me coming. You know, he's just like, oh, there's that guy that converts Schwinns to 700C. Oh, yeah, I'll let him in the back. He can look around. He is a businessman, I must say. I've got some Cane Creek wheels I might trade him. Some really nice Cane Creeks up here. And they're for a smaller rider. Like, they have bladed spokes, and you have to be 150 pounds and below. And I'm a little bit more than that. And so I don't really want to use those on a bike. But I'm sure he has some racer friends, or I'm going to try to pull a fast one and bring those in. And wish me luck on that. Anyway, so I'm going to try to trade those off to him. I might be able to show you guys one. Yeah. Let me show you guys one. I can't remember why a lighter person has to ride this. Something to do with the spokes being really bladed or something. What's these other ones? I can't remember. I can't remember why, but these are rated for smaller riders, and they are Cane Creeks, and quick release, so it'd go right in the fork. And I have the back wheel too, and it's dished for speeds. It has a non-cassette. It has a sliding. It has the gear that slides on a spine, which I do have, and I'm going to try to trade these for another set. I mean, they are Cane Creek. So I'm going to try to pull a fast one and bring these to Hearn Cycle, and we'll see. Oh, welcome to Fix All number 1. Well, hopefully I can trade these off to this guy. Cane Creek Team TI. I forget why you have to be maybe it's the way they're spaced. They're not really like laced like a normal rim. But the guy that gave these to me said you had to be 150 pounds or less. Something about the spokes. I don't think they're titanium or anything. Team TI. I'll have to look that up. Anyway, you guys know what the vote is. And I might have a video of me trying to hoodwink Hearn Cycle and, trying to. Oh, did you join? Cool. Oh, man, I got a new member. Thanks, bro. I can afford some grease now. I'll go down to Hearn's and I'll do a little mini. It won't be a live feed, but I'll see if he'll trade these Cane Creeks. I have the gears for them, and I'll see if I can trade them for a decent set, another set of these like better 700C rims. And then we can probably convert that Continental over. Okay, let me put this back up. So we did pretty good today. 2 hours in. And I guess that's the vote. I guess we're good with you guys know what to vote on, right? I'll put it on the community page. I'll take a picture of all this junk. I'll put it on the community page in a few days. You can all vote. So we're either going to work on 2 Schwinns, this Continental and this World Traveler made in Japan, or we're going to work on a Huffy. Tighten it up and go. Huffy. Polish the Cranes Creek so they look pretty. They're just dusty. Yeah. I'll just clean them up and see if I can hoodwink Hearns. He, like I say, he is a businessman. He's no dummy. I do have all the gears that slide on that, so I think I'll get it all ready. I'll bring it down and I'll say, look, I want to trade these. I want trade credit, and maybe I'll come away with some better rims like these. He sees me coming. He knows what I'm doing. He watches the channel, and he laughs that I don't have a power lift and stuff like that. He does watch the channel, and he knows I'm coming for parts. And I don't know. He's the only guy around that has anything that's decent. Well, actually, he's the only guy around that lets you dig around in his back room where all the junk is. If you saw the video about Hearn Cycle, he's the only guy that lets you dig around in his junk pile. So unfortunately, he knows what some of that junk is worth. And okay, so let's put these back in a row, and I'll show you the varsity, the powder coated varsity real quick. Yeah, this yellow one came out good, man. We're doing good. I can't wait. I think I'm going to take this somewhere tomorrow. Hit some trails with this baby. Yeah, this yellow one turned out good. Pop this back. I got this big welding job coming up, and when this big welding job comes up, I'll have to move all this stuff and cover it up with the tarp and all that biz. The shop is pretty small for what I expect to do here. It's a lot, but at least there's no kangaroo mice. Okay, this is the Varsity. It turned out really good. And we do have the bigger kickstand now. You guys should see that video. That was impressive. It helped to have a 220 welder. Yeah, this has turned out really nice. I don't like the bars. I think I'm going to change them. I don't like this stem. It's a 10-speed stem. I think I want the different Schwinn stem and some different bars like the ones on these other bikes. But that's something easy to do. And I did fix the kickstand. I welded two together. It works really nice. It's fixed gear. And it's 18 on this side, which I probably won't use. I've got a 22 for right here. I do have a 22 tooth for this. And at a later date, I'll put that on so we can use the freewheel side. But the kickstand does work really nice. And it's not a problem. It's got the drapery rod piece on there, like I was telling you guys earlier. And some nice pedals. And it turned out really nice. I must say so. It is not bad. I have not tested this yet. I have not even ridden it. I want to make sure that I want to change this stem and get some real bars like these. And then I'll take it for a ride. All in due time, Grasshopper. All in due time. Okay. That's about it for tonight. I can't think of anything else to do. You guys got to vote. You got your vote. It's Schwinn World Traveler, Schwinn Continental, or Tighten It Up and Go Custom Huffy. If you don't know what Hairbag was talking about, look back in the videos. I might even have on the playlist the Huffy Good Vibrations. I think I did make it its own little special Tighten It Up and Go Huffy playlist. So go back. And I did a lot of welding on that bike with a custom paint job. We put some cables through the frame. There was all this weird stuff. And then I just kind of lost interest because I really like to work on Schwinns. But you know what? If enough people vote on the Tighten It Up and Go Huffy, I will work on it next Saturday, 7:30. And maybe we won't have the technical difficulties this time. And hey, it's been good. And thanks for all the subscribers. Thanks for the gift. Thanks for the subscription. Blatant localism. Yeah, thanks everybody, man. It's been really, the channel is just popping along lately. And I just want to thank all my people and peace out, man. I'm going to go and turn this AC off and dunk my head in some ice water. All right. Hey. Don't let any kangaroo rats free, just let them be where they're at, Okay.